All right, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Natural Fertility Masterclass, and my name is Dr. Beata. This masterclass is for you if you want to conceive naturally and support your fertility, pregnancy, and beyond with holistic and integrative approaches. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you don't want to miss it. Put fertility in the comments, and I will get you the link for the full free masterclass series. Fertility challenges affects millions of couples worldwide who want to bring life to this world and have a healthy conception, pregnancy, and delivery, and bring home a beautiful baby. Today, we're diving deep into the underlying root causes of infertility, gut health, and emotional energetics. Some of you may get pregnant just from following the tips and action steps in this masterclass alone, because this system of working with root causes is so powerful. And even if you're not ready to conceive yet, the sooner that you start getting your mind, body, and soul ready, the easier time you'll have conceiving in the future. And I encourage you to be interactive throughout this masterclass. When you post in the chat or the comments and you react or respond, you'll be able to remember more. You'll incorporate more into your journey. You'll help others feel a sense of community, and you'll help get this information out to even more people. So if there's someone that you know who would benefit from learning more about natural fertility, maybe it's a friend, a family member, or support group, take a moment to tag them and also hit the share button. And go ahead and do #live if you're watching live, #replay if you're watching the replay, and let us know where you're tuning in from, because fertility challenges affect couples from all over the world. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and share your journey so far in the comments, so that way it helps us build a sense of community. And if you're a practitioner who's wanting to learn more about fertility and how to support your patients or clients better, or maybe you're an individual who wants to become a practitioner and help others with their fertility, put practitioner in the comments. I have a mentorship, and this is teaching others how to use my approach, the Radiant Health Protocol, which we'll be going in depth through in just a couple minutes in this masterclass. And this is to help couples conceive naturally and to transform the health, wellness, and lives of their clients, to access healing, save time and resources, and make a profound impact on the world. So we're going to go into the root causes that the Radiant Health Protocol addresses, and keep listening throughout for action steps and tips that you can start implementing today. So the 2 major root causes of fertility challenges that we'll be working through right now are gut health and energetics, and all the parts of those. In part 1 of the masterclass, we connected these as the underlying root causes of the root causes of infertility. Again, if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you watch it, comment fertility, and I'll get you the link. So let's break these down. Gut health also encompasses holistic nutrition and nourishment, as well as integrative detoxification. And then emotional energetics also includes nervous system regulation and decoding the body. So let's dive into these and have you feel the difference. So emotional energetics and spiritual alignment is what we're going to start with first. And this is understanding the profound connection between emotions, energy, physical health, and fertility. We clear past wounds and traumas, align with your true essence, and tap into divine intuition for guidance. This is integrating the divine masculine and feminine energies and connecting with your higher power for divine guidance and trust on your journey. And I want to give you some examples because these are so profound. One client that comes to mind hadn't been pregnant before, and she felt that there was something wrong with her, or that she wasn't enough on a deep level. She wasn't worthy enough, or she just wasn't enough to become a mom. By working through these emotions, these limiting beliefs that she had, and the energies associated with those that lived within her body, the doubts, the worries, the fears, we were able to release and integrate the energies, and she was able to conceive shortly after and have a healthy pregnancy and baby. Another client had a miscarriage and had never fully grieved her loss. She had an emotional wound that had never healed. I held space for her and supported her through her grief, and allowed the emotions to integrate, and worked through supporting her until she was ready, and then she conceived again. And a different client had a profound experience during one of the Holistic Detox mini retreats. She experienced a previous birth trauma with her daughter, and during the retreat was able to process and heal that traumatic event and experience. And she's now pregnant, and both her and baby are doing great. And the Holistic Detox Mini Retreat and Program is something that I still offer on a regular basis. If you're interested in that, go ahead and just type retreat in the comments and I'll get you the link for information. Over and over again, I work with clients who have had decades of all sorts of chronic conditions, digestive challenges, autoimmunity, hormonal challenges, food allergies, fertility challenges. And we start working through these emotions and energies, and they literally feel it in their body. I feel it in my body as well. And as we integrate these emotions, these energies, as we work through them and process them, they feel a distinct release. Now, what I want to also mention is that this is not re-traumatizing. You are not reliving any traumas or anything like that. I am a trauma-informed practitioner. But what happens is you feel a weight lifted off. You feel like you can take a deep breath. You feel free. You feel vital. You feel energy flowing through you when this is no longer weighing you down. And symptoms improve. Digestion improves. People get pregnant and conceive. Sometimes this takes multiple sessions, different techniques. Sometimes it happens very quickly and profoundly. But the energies and emotions living in our bodies are one of the root causes of our experience. There are techniques that I teach that you can use for yourself, your partner, and you can teach your child as well when they're here. Think of what a beautiful head start they get to life, full of emotional intelligence and tools. I wish I had that growing up. Put a 1 in the comments if you do too. And this process is acknowledging that emotions can manifest in physical and mental conditions. And by integrating and processing the energies of these emotions, we are freed up for optimal health, vitality, and well-being, and we can conceive with ease. Emotions and the frequencies of these emotions can become trapped in our body, creating stagnation, causing pain, creating symptoms, and they have a profound emotional and mental effect. And they're a major underlying root cause preventing us from conception. So how do we get these trapped emotions? We accumulate them throughout our lives. Often we experience wounds or traumas as children, and we're not able to process them because the strong and extremely scary emotions at the time, it feels like a threat to our survival. We suppress, we repress, we downplay. That's why sometimes we don't even remember these. But it continues to live on within our body, and it manifests physically as well. When emotions are not processed fully, they become stuck in our body, in our field. And as children and even babies, we can pick up on our caregivers' emotions and energies and hold on to them. And this also happens beyond childhood, because even as teens and adults, we may have wounding and traumatic experiences, but also as children, we've been taught more than likely to suppress our emotions, and we may repress without even knowing it. So just think back. Have you ever been told not to cry as a child? Or have you been told that it's not okay to be angry? Or were you shamed when you were experiencing big emotions? Put a 1 in the comments if you've had this experience. I have. And when we learn this as a child, we have a propensity to continue this through adulthood. And we collect these trapped emotions sometimes daily. Not to mention those of us that are sensitive and empathic and can take on others' emotions easily as well. And these emotions and the frequencies of these emotions can be stored in various areas or organs. And this again can be the root cause to so many signs, symptoms, and conditions, and especially fertility challenges. And when we identify the emotions that need to be released and the organs where it's held, we see significant and easeful shifts in your state, your health, your wellness, and your conception. Now, I do want to mention as well that one of the things we have to discuss when we're talking about conception and fertility is sex. What is our relationship to sex? What is our relationship with our partner when we're having sex? And this is something that we work through, again, with the divine feminine and masculine energies. And each of us, we each have those energies. And are they balanced? And if they're imbalanced, how do we work on them? How do we integrate them as well? And then again, that relationship to sex, the I would say almost the majority of women have experienced some kind of sexual trauma or abuse. And so if we haven't come to terms with that, if we haven't processed and worked through that and integrated that, that can be having a influence and a block on our conception and fertility journey. And I'm here again to hold a loving, non-judgmental space for whatever you need to work through. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And so again, when we work through these emotions, these energies, all of this that's associated with, again, creating life, with bringing a baby into this world, this pillar of the protocol is so powerful and unique. And we also partner with the divine, with our higher power, our spiritual connection, our higher self, and our soul. And we access wisdom and discover how to nurture this relationship with the divine. And there are multiple ways that we do this, and some include divine muscle testing, which is an advanced form of kinesiology for those who are familiar with it, intuitive eating, as well as practices to ground ourselves in trust and faith, that in one way or another, this is all working out for us. This is all happening for us in divine timing and divine perfection. And I know sometimes that can be hard to accept. And that's okay. If you feel that way, that is absolutely valid how you feel. And can a small part of you, a glimmer of hope, trust that everything is working out exactly as it should be and as it needs to be? This is an example of how I integrate Eastern and Western approaches, alternative practices, along with my traditional healthcare background for a truly holistic and integrative experience. And when we work together, yes, I want you to conceive. And the journey just begins there. I want you to love your life, to have a healthy pregnancy, and for your baby to have the best start to life. That's when flow and alignment comes in all areas of your life. That's why I'm also including a resource list of doulas, midwives, lactation consultants, and more, so that you already have options for your support team ready to go. Because sometimes it can be a feeling of overwhelm or confusion or fear that stops you from getting pregnant because you don't know who's going to be there to support you, or what resources you're going to have, or all the work that takes to go into the resources. So I'm here to help you bridge that gap and to give you the resources that you need so you don't have to worry about it. And again, as you can feel this, as I'm talking about this, this quantumly also entangles with the integrative detox pillar as well, because this is not just, when I talk about detox, it's not just physical, it's emotional and mental detox that we do as well. And that's what happens in this emotional energetic section. And again, your limiting beliefs are going to shift because it's not just about the physical body. Put a 1 in the comments if that resonates, if you get that. Emotional energetics are the root cause of everything. When we see that we are energy and frequency and geometry, we realize that every single condition or symptom that we have has an energetic and emotional root. So depending on the unique symptoms that you experience, whether you may have PCOS or endometriosis, or menstruation disorders, hormonal imbalances, decreased sperm count, etc., there is a unique emotional energetic for each. So go ahead and put fertility in the comments if this is an area where you just got a light bulb moment, because many people do. This is what made a huge shift in my health journey and so many clients. And when you comment, I'll send you the link for the full masterclass series with the bonus trainings and resources. And if you are ready to explore these emotional energetics, how they're underlying fertility challenges so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, the next section of emotional energetics is nervous system regulation. And when we are in a worried or stressed state, right? Have you ever been in a worried or stressed state? Put a 1 in the comments if you have. There's going to be lots of 1s there. Our nervous system shifts and we cannot heal or reproduce. When we're in this state, we are in fight or flight, we're in survival mode. And when we're stuck there and we can't move into a rest and digest and conceive state, healing can't occur. Regular body processes don't occur. And functions like reproduction, hormone production, digestion, detoxification, metabolism, etc., don't happen. So if we are constantly in a stressed state, then conception is that much harder. We need to be able to shift into rest, digest, and conceive state. And again, this goes with sex, right? We can't have sex and enjoy it if we're not relaxed. And many of us, again, have this stress from potentially past wounds and traumas, but from other things. We'll talk about how our nervous system is wired in a minute. So if we're, again, constantly in this fight or flight state, it's going to make it harder to conceive. We're not going to want to have sex as much. We're not going to enjoy it and look forward to it. And that is going to have, again, an emotional and energetic response to our conception and our fertility. So in addition to this, right, when our nervous system isn't regulated, we can also be eating all of the best organic food. Maybe we're even taking some supplements that may be totally clean and beneficial for us. Maybe we're even meditating and doing yoga classes. But if we keep shifting and staying in fight or flight the majority of the time, it's not helping you conceive. It's not helping you heal, and it's not helping you overcome your health challenges. It's not helping you have that baby in your arms. Your body's not able to utilize the goodness, and your body can't access its innate wisdom, heal and maintain health, fertility, and maintain a pregnancy. This is crucial for those who have experienced a loss, who have had a miscarriage. We need to be able to shift into rest and digest mode as often as possible. And the vagus nerve and vagal tone is a huge aspect of this, and is how gut health interplays, again, quantumly with our nervous system as well. For fertility conditions, this is a huge main underlying root cause. All of us have experienced some level of childhood wounds and traumas, but for some of us, these experiences literally rewire our nervous system to be more prone to fight or flight. It's not your fault. And this continues throughout our lives and into adulthood. So there are some of us that are more prone and likely to have medical conditions and fertility challenges because of the wiring of our nervous system from early on. This is an epidemic that no one is talking about. It is supported by research as well. There's something called the ACEs study by Kaiser Permanente that focuses on adverse childhood events and how that extrapolates into health conditions later on in life. This is a huge study. And this is the underlying root cause that shifts everything when we address it. And for those who sign up for the Masterclass series, you'll get a special resource for you to assess your own ACEs. And we'll go in depth during the nervous system regulation video in the series as well. So make sure that you put fertility in the comments to get the link. And when I work with clients, I empower you by teaching you the techniques so that you can regulate your nervous system in seconds. And again, you can teach these techniques to your partner. You can have your partner join. And when you have your baby and your child growing up, you can teach them these techniques as well. When we regulate our nervous system, our inflammation goes down, our digestion improves, our hormone balance improves, our immunity improves, our mental and emotional states improve, and our fertility improves. We can conceive naturally, we can have a healthy pregnancy and beyond. This is something that no one talks about in the fertility world, and it makes the biggest difference. So if you are ready to experience the difference that nervous system regulation makes on your fertility journey, so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put roadmap in the comments, click below to sign up, and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, the next component of that emotional energetic section is decoding your body's language, because our body communicates with us constantly. And when we learn to decipher its messages and address root causes rather than masking symptoms with Band-Aid solutions, we get pregnant. We can use how the body is presenting to give us clues, an understanding of what the most important underlying root causes are and how to address them for each person. When we think of fertility challenges, the body is putting up a flag that something is out of alignment, that we need to shift something. And when we see our fertility challenges and other signs and symptoms as clues, as beneficial, as helpful on our journey, we no longer resist them. We enter a state of acceptance, of flow, of love, and we enter into union with our body as our ally. We no longer shun our body or see the signs and symptoms as bad. We understand that it is all good. In some ways, it is protecting us and it is here for us. Can you feel the shift in energy around that? Put a 1 in the comments if you feel that. How would that change your experience? If you saw these challenges, these symptoms as beneficial, they were just helping you set you up for your own health and wellness and your baby's health and wellness in the future. Can you trust in that? Can you trust in the divine's plan? Like I shared in my personal journey earlier in the first part of the masterclass, I was doing a lot of things that I thought were healthy and were supposed to be helping me. But because they weren't in alignment with my body, this is where I'm going to try not to cry fully, but I get very emotional about this because it is so profound. It's so important. So like I shared in my personal journey, I was doing all of these things that were supposed to be healthy, but they weren't in alignment with my body and where I was on my journey. They were actually a detriment to my health. And I wasn't paying attention to the messages my body was giving me. It was screaming at me. And I kept ignoring it and I kept pushing and pushing. Until, again, I lost my period for months on end and I had to start rebuilding back. So when we do this work, there's a level of consciousness and awareness that we bring when we really start paying attention to our body and what it's communicating. And we allow this to guide in our decisions. Ultimately, our body is the gold standard when making health decisions. We're going to go over some decoding techniques in a minute, but I really want to emphasize this. Our body's responses to whatever we try is the gold standard. This is how our body communicates with us, and we need to listen to it. That's why when I work with clients, I partner with them on their health journey. I make recommendations based on evidence-based practice, which looks at the research, my experiences and knowledge, training, and the experiences I've had working with clients, and your experiences, the client's experiences. Because you, each client, you are your own ultimate judge. You make the final decision to do only what feels in alignment with you. This is one of the biggest differentiating factors compared to working with me versus other practitioners who just give you a list of supplements and send you on your way, or give you a medication and they don't check in. They don't see how it feels with you. They don't help you work through the challenges that come up, the questions that you have. That's why I built my protocol and system in a way that I am here to support you and I'm here to guide you on your journey. We tap into your body's innate wisdom to access exactly what is in the highest and greatest good for you in any moment, using divine muscle testing and learning the signs and symptoms that the body gives us. We work with intuitive eating, at-home tests, and lab work. We also work with the geometry and morphic fields of certain organs, detoxification pathways, and your body in general, so that it supports you on your fertility journey for conception. And my approach is empowering. I don't want you to rely on me forever. I'm here to teach you the tools so that you can go on and even teach others if you want to be a practitioner, but also for yourself. Have this knowledge and this wisdom within you that you know how to take care of your health and wellness going forwards. I'm always here as a resource, but you don't need to rely on me. This decoding the body is the root cause of anything that you've tried in the past and it hasn't worked for you. Because whatever it was, it may not be bad. It just wasn't in alignment with you, your body, and where you are on your fertility journey. So how powerful would it be to access this knowledge from within your body? How much would that change your fertility experience? How much ease and joy would that bring to your life? How much would that free up your precious resources of time and money and energy? And how empowered would you feel? Put fertility in the comments if this is an area that you realize has been out of alignment with your fertility journey so far. And I'll send you the link again for the full masterclass series, bonus trainings and resources. And if you're ready to discover the power of decoding your body and addressing the root causes of your fertility challenges so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put a roadmap in the comments and click below and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now we're going into the comprehensive gut health and healing section of this root cause. So in part 1, we connected gut health as the underlying root cause of hormonal imbalances and various conditions associated that are the root causes of fertility challenges. And now we'll dive deep into the aspects of gut health that go way beyond just taking a probiotic. Probiotics are just a tiny part of the overall picture of gut health. We need to look at healing and sealing leaky gut and our gut wall lining. We need to decrease inflammation. We need to optimize digestion and make sure that we have a nourishing diet. We need to detoxify safely and effectively. These are all crucial. And the most important thing that I want you to get from this is that when we improve gut health, we improve hormonal health. And therefore, we improve your fertility. It's a direct connection because our gut health and microbiome has been called the second brain because of how influential it is over our entire health and well-being. And I argue that it's our first brain. The gut-brain axis is a two-way communication between the brain, the gut, and the microbiome. And it affects and impacts not just digestion and physical issues, including fertility, but also mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety. The gut and the brain are connected through the largest nerve in the body called the vagus nerve. Again, this is where it all integrates quantumly with that nervous system regulation piece. And through this, they communicate both ways. So there are also additional pathways because there's complex functioning of the gut-brain axis, which includes various chemical messengers, the endocrine system, gut hormones, and neurotransmitters. And many of these hormones and neurotransmitters are actually made in the gut, making our gut the most powerful and personalized pharmacy in the world. And it sends chemical messengers and hormones to the brain throughout the body to enable our thousands of processes in our body to detoxify, to repair cells, to have our metabolism, and to conceive, and more, lots more. But if our gut lining is healthy and our microbiome is in balance, our body has a profound ability to conceive naturally and self-heal from any chronic conditions because this is where hormonal health starts. And although the research is just catching up to this, Hippocrates said thousands of years ago, all disease begins in the gut. This is ancient wisdom that has proven to be true for chronic conditions, and it does affect every process in the body. Now, we're going to talk about leaky gut, and I also want to mention that the research is barely doing anything. They are just beginning to start exploring this. With gut health, there are proven solutions, proven protocols that I've personally gone through. I've gone through with my daughter as well. So this is not something that is just theory or a research experiment. This is something that thousands of people have experienced, the healing and the power of gut healing. And this is real. I want to emphasize this, that this isn't just something that was like a research experiment. This isn't something that someone just read in a book. This is something that I've lived and my daughter's lived, and I've helped dozens of other clients with, and there are thousands of other people who have experienced this healing as well. So when we talk about leaky gut, that's a term that gets used a lot. Essentially, our gut wall has a lining, okay? And so there are spaces in this gut wall. So this is going to be a demonstration, right? There's some spaces there. But when our food is passing through our digestive system, these spaces are supposed to allow broken down food particles to enter into our bloodstream, our lymphatic system, and be circulated through our body, etc. But it's supposed to block toxins, viruses, etc., and undigested food particles from passing through, essentially, right? Now, what ends up happening is with inflammation, with toxin exposure, right? A lot of toxin exposure, with high sugar diets, with a lot of processed foods. Again, toxin exposure, we'll talk about that more in the integrative detox section. Those spaces actually get bigger. That gut wall lining stops functioning appropriately. So now those spaces are big, and now toxins are easily able to enter our bloodstream and into our circulation. Large food particles are able to enter, creating inflammation, food allergies, autoimmunity. Viruses are able to enter and pass through. This is where chronic inflammation, chronic disease begins. Because when these enter the bloodstream, they create inflammation, they trigger an immune response, and this can lead to various conditions. Again, all sorts of autoimmunity, food allergies, but also endometriosis, PCOS, irritable bowel syndrome, and more. These are all inflammatory-based conditions. So we need to be aware of our digestion. Is our digestion optimized? Are we breaking down food particles appropriately? And for the majority of people, it's a no. And I have a fun at-home test that when we work together, you do. And then you give me your results and I tell you the next steps. And you get to uncover and really explore how your digestion's functioning and how you can support it. And then I often hear about probiotics because, yes, there is a huge microbiome in our gut, which is trillions of microorganisms that work together in balance. And probiotics can be helpful, but sometimes they help and sometimes they don't, because as you can see, gut health is not just our microbiome. It is a big part of it, but it's not just that. So just probiotics alone are not enough to heal a leaky gut wall and rebalance the gut microbiome. That's why when we work together, I delve beyond supplements or just probiotics. We look at gut health as a whole. We look at nurturing your microbiome. We look at healing the gut wall. We look at supporting optimal digestion. We look at detoxification, etc. This is all a cornerstone of health. This is not found in a pill. It is not found in a magic juice or drink. We are literally working with our body as an ally to help support its natural processes. Because yes, the gut microbiome does need to be balanced. When there's an overgrowth, so with all these microorganisms, there's bacteria, there's viruses, there's fungi, there's yeasts, there's parasites. They all have a role. And the expression of our microbiome essentially shows us what's going on at the inside. So we need to work with our microbiome, absolutely, but it's more than that, just for gut health. We also look at the energies and emotions associated with certain pathogens. So many of us may have a candida overgrowth, or we may have issues with parasites, or we may have a certain bacterial overgrowth. We look at the energy. Heal leaky gut, we heal and seal the leaky gut. We optimize the gut microbiome, we optimize digestion. And again, there's some of us that may have experienced where we're taking supplements or medications long term. And this also goes for like using fiber or celery juicing to have bowel movements. These are not addressing the root cause. They, especially the supplements and medication, they actually add to our toxin load and are just temporary fixes. They're Band-Aid solutions, and we really need to focus on the root causes to heal. And again, there's contributing factors such as antibiotic use. This destroys gut health. And at times, yeah, it may be necessary. There's a few situations where it is necessary, but most of the time it isn't, and it's highly, highly overused. This is such a detriment to our gut health, our gut microbiome, And you know what? Maybe you had to use them. I had to use them at a certain point as well. And so what we need to do is we need to focus on rebuilding gut health after. Again, this is what I specialize in. This is what I love. This is what I have personal experience with, client with experience with, research. It all comes together with gut health. And there are protocols that need to be customized to each individual in the phase of your journey. So put fertility in the comments if you are ready to experience optimal digestion, reap the benefits of healing your gut so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and get to hold that beautiful baby. And then put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, the subcategory of gut health is holistic nutrition and nourishment. So when we look at this, we need to nourish our body optimally with real food for optimal fertility and conception. When we work together, we focus on ensuring that you're getting proper nourishment for your body to function, to conceive, and to maintain a healthy pregnancy. We also need to optimize your digestion, like I mentioned earlier. First, we need to identify how our digestion is working and where it needs support to be optimized. Because again, we can be eating all of these amazing, healthy, nourishing foods, but if we're not able to break them down appropriately, then they can actually be creating inflammation in our body, and our body's not getting any utilization out of them. And then we also need to discover if there are foods that are creating inflammation and potentially an immune response. What is our body not able to digest? What is not in alignment with our body? Again, this is where that decoding your body quantumly entangles here. We need to remove certain foods at times and focus on eating nutrient-dense, highly nourishing foods instead. I'm here to help you figure this out. This is such a bio-individual process, and I'm here to help you work through it and at the same time not make your life more stressful than it needs to be. Especially when we're focusing on conceiving, we don't want to do a crazy elimination diet. We don't want to deprive more than we need to. We need to focus on nourishment because your body needs to be well nourished to have high quality sperm, high quality eggs, and to be able to maintain a healthy pregnancy. So we focus on what is it that you're eating? How do we ensure that you're getting the proper nourishment for your body to function and to conceive? How do we optimize digestion for absorption and utilization of vitamins and minerals? How are we preparing and cooking our food? That matters. It can improve our digestion and the nourishment that we're able to use. I work with you to create a nourishing plan so that you feel confident knowing what to eat and how. And when your baby's here, I'm here to help guide you through food introduction for baby and helping them with a healthy, nourishing first experience with food as well. And personally, I focus on whole foods as much as possible. Food is medicine and healing when we know how to use it. So what if I could teach you how to use real food to support your body to conceive and support your baby through a healthy pregnancy and beyond for optimal health? Not supplements, not medication, just supporting your body's innate wisdom with the nourishment we provide it. Now, again, when we look at holistic nourishment, it's not just about food. This also encompasses movement, right? How are we nourishing our body with nourishing movement? And again, this needs to be aligned for healthy fertility because like I mentioned, I was exercising before, but it was not in alignment with me, with what was healthy for me on my journey. So we need to make sure that we are matching that we're decoding your body and doing what is in alignment with it. And then nourishing our mind, right? We mentioned earlier that the words that we use and the identity that we give ourselves has a profound impact. That was in the part 1 of the masterclass. Again, if you haven't watched that yet, put fertility in the comments and I'll send you the full masterclass list, series link. But it's also, right, nourishing our mind. What are the thoughts that we're thinking? What are we focusing on? How are we speaking to ourselves? What beliefs are we holding on to and more? How are we nourishing our souls? Are we expressing our creativity? Are we connecting with our higher power? What state are we in the majority of the time? Is it anger, frustration, anxiety, and fear? Or are we experiencing grace and forgiveness and gratitude, compassion, and love on a regular basis? Again, this is where that emotional, energetic piece entangles. And we also need to be aware of our environment, our relationships, our family dynamics, our business, our career, and see if that's nourishing for us. So this is just a quick tip. When we're talking about nourishment, we're talking about food, right? And one of the things that I can globally say for everyone is to avoid processed food as much as possible. Focus on organic food, high quality animal products, nourishing foods, and fat. Put a 1 in the comments if this is maybe new for you. Because many of us were raised, I know again, I was on a low fat diet at one point. I didn't realize the importance of fat for hormone regulation, hormone production, hormone support. So we need to be eating fat. Now, again, the kinds of fat and the amounts, etc., that's where we get individualized and customized. But don't be afraid of fat. Don't be afraid of animal products. Those are nourishing. Our body knows what to do with those, and they are so much more nutritious than the protein bar or the processed food that may say it has 1,000% of vitamin D on the label. I assure you, your body is not getting 1,000% of vitamin D, B, or whatever it is. The amount that we're actually able to utilize out of processed food is so low. Plus, processed foods has all of these chemicals, additives, preservatives. Our body doesn't know what to do with those, and it adds a toxin load for us. So again, global statement, eat as real whole food as possible. Organic, quality animal products. And if you are ready to experience holistic nourishment on all of these levels for healthy conception and pregnancy, put roadmap in the comments and click below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. Now, this last step of the gut health section is integrative detoxification. Now, I want to mention again that with conception, what I'm talking about is not a one-off detox or a cleanse. That can be dangerous when you're trying to conceive because you don't want to be mobilizing a bunch of toxins or heavy metals in your body that can affect your baby and cause a miscarriage or will just prevent conception in the first place. We want to safely and effectively detoxify. And this is discovering how to open your innate detox pathways. We have built-in detox pathways. We want to support our detox organs, and we want to understand and work with the interplay of emotions, energetics, and the nervous system on a holistic mind, body, and soul level. And with fertility challenges, oftentimes people who can't conceive or who haven't conceived yet, right? Let's be aware of our wording, who haven't conceived yet, they have a high toxin load. This can be from previously, or it can be ongoing toxin exposure. This affects our immune system. It affects our hormonal balance. Our detoxification pathways may be congested. These are things that I commonly see with fertility challenges. So again, a couple tips. We need to be aware of the toxins in our environment. The average person is exposed to 700 toxic chemicals on a daily basis. So again, your personal products, your environment, take a look at what's on the label. What chemicals are actually in there? There are easy and quick replacements and switches that you can make that are going to make a big difference. And again, just toxin exposure in our environment, non-organic foods, glyphosate or Roundup exposure. Don't spray your yard. Don't spray your yard, please. All of these affect our fertility, our gut health, and the toxin load that our body has to work with. So now, what are some other examples, right? Vaccination is one. When we get a vaccine, there are toxins in there. There's heavy metals in there, chemicals. And now our immune system has an added load to deal with that. And our detox pathways have to work really hard to detoxify that. That is something that, again, not many people are talking about, but that absolutely affects fertility. Medications as well. I don't prescribe medication. Often, if you look at medication, they are synthetic. They have chemicals, they have additives, they have preservatives. That, again, increases our toxin load. I use a holistic and natural approach that addresses the root causes and will ultimately help you get pregnant without medication. Now, the other components of that, I mentioned that again in the first masterclass. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, is our EMF exposure. So Wi-Fi, right? It's everywhere around us. So one thing that you can do is limit your wireless devices. Get hard lines, essentially connections. Turn off your Wi-Fi as much as you can. For men, don't carry your phone in your pocket next to your testes. This is something that is really important and does affect fertility. Again, it's a simple switch. It's a simple change. You just have to bring consciousness and awareness to it. Other things are, again, we talked about food. We talked about personal products. Let's also talk about supplements. I mentioned earlier, supplements can actually be a toxin load. And that's why I like to work with whole food as much as possible. Occasionally, there are some supplements that I might recommend, but they are the cleanest possible. And oftentimes we are working with whole foods. So again, if you want to learn more about this myth about supplements, because they are synthetic, they are increasing our toxin load, go ahead and just put supplements in the comments and I'll give you the link for that video where I go in depth as well. And that's the beauty, is that when we work together, you won't have hundreds of dollars of supplements to buy each month. We're using real food. And the other thing is that when we're looking at our detoxification pathways, right, we may be holding on to toxins, which may be increasing inflammation, increasing reactivity in our immune system, and decreasing our fertility if we're not able to detoxify, if our pathways are not open. Put a 1 in the comments if that makes sense. So there are multiple different detoxification pathways that, again, are natural, innate in our body. Examples are, the organs, the liver, the gallbladder, the lungs, the skin, the lymphatics, our colon, and digestion. And in the Radiant Health Protocol, I have different modules and protocols that we work with and customize for you. And again, just a overall general statement for everyone, you want to be pooping daily. You want to be having a bowel movement daily, which is something that most people struggle with. They don't. And that's a sign that that colon detoxification pathway is congested. You want to be having a full bowel movement daily. Now, if you aren't, don't panic. That's where we work together and I create your custom plan so that we can start opening that detoxification pathway, supporting it so that your body can detoxify naturally and safely. Again, there's nothing that nobody that wouldn't benefit from improving their digestion and their bowels. So again, these are crucial root causes, right? These detoxification pathways supporting our detoxification organs. And also one other thing I want to mention is that you may have heard people doing a parasite cleanse or a heavy metal cleanse or a candida cleanse, etc., or detox. These are harsh. These are harsh, and whatever that may be, maybe it's candida or parasites, they actually have a purpose. And by supporting your detoxification pathways and organs, you're actually able to detoxify them naturally. Because have you ever heard of a person who did a detox and they felt horrible after, or their health actually had a big decline after? It's because they weren't able to detoxify well. Their pathways were clogged. So this is crucial because on our fertility journey, we need to make sure that we are limiting and decreasing toxins as much as possible. Another thing I'll mention is xenoestrogens. These are synthetic estrogens. They are in plastics. They are in so many, again, chemicals, additives, preservatives, etc. Soy, We need to make sure that we are avoiding these as much as possible. These are just general statements for everyone. And again, we go so much deeper and create your custom protocol when we work together. So these are all affecting our fertility. In addition to stagnant energies or frequencies, maybe even negative energies in our homes or within our fields, limiting beliefs and old wounds and traumas that we need to heal. Because again, it's not just about the physical body. And this is where, again, it quantumly entangles with the emotional energetics components, with decoding our body, with regulating our nervous system. It is all connected. Then again, like I mentioned earlier, we may need to detoxify our environment or our relationships or our career or business aspects, right? There's certain things that we may need to release and let go of if they're no longer aligned with us, especially when we're talking about fertility. So I mentioned earlier, but I do this process in the Holistic Detox Mini Retreat and program. So if you're interested in learning more about just that portion of the protocol, go ahead and comment retreat and I'll get you information for that. And if you're ready to go deep, support your natural detoxification so that you can conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and get to hold that beautiful baby, put roadmap in the comments and click the button below to sign up and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. So let's take a moment now that you know the protocol, you know the underlying root causes, let's think of what is missing on your journey. Because some of us may have already tried diet, or maybe we've tried, a detox or something like that, right? What are the missing aspects? And how amazing would it be to have all of these pillars working together for you and your fertility journey and the highest health and wellness potential, not just of you, your partner, but your baby as well? How much would that change your fertility experience? How much ease and joy would that bring to your life? And how much would that change your relationship with your partner, with your other children if you have them, with family members, with friends? How would it impact your business, your career, your parenting, your finances? How much would that free up your precious resources of time, money, and energy? And how empowered would you feel? Because it's all about alignment and working through these 6 pillars together quantumly. It is all connected. The body is holistic. It is quantum. It is a universe, and we cannot pick it apart and only work on one thing at a time. And that's why you haven't gotten pregnant yet, is you've only been focusing on one area. So we need to address all of these 6 pillars together that are the underlying root causes. Now, I want to also spend some time on your next steps because there are options for you. You have lots to do. And some of you want to take this information and this experience and figure it out on your own for your fertility journey. And I'm here to support you no matter what. You're going to get so much benefit from the rest of the masterclass series and all the resources that are included in there. So again, make sure to put fertility in the comments to get that for free. This is for you for free, so that I can support you no matter what. And then some of you want a little extra help. That's why I have the affordable and powerful Natural Fertility Roadmap. I've created it just for you so that no matter what stage you're in on your fertility journey, you can get started now. Just put roadmap in the comments and I'll get you the link. And then I also offer that discounted consultation for those who want to skip the mistakes, who want expert guidance and a custom plan, and who want to get pregnant faster by working together. With this, you get a holistic assessment and evaluation. You get a one-on-one consultation from which we'll create your individualized plan, resources specific to you, and customized solutions. So what does this look like once you go to the website and sign up, right? You enter your information, and then right away you get a confirmation email that has forms to fill out and a link to schedule your consult. And I spend a good amount of time going over these forms to identify what the root causes are for you and your history. So you want to be sure to fill those out before scheduling so that we can make the most out of this initial fertility consult for you. The consultations are on Zoom, they are private, and throughout the consult, I'll have follow-up questions based on what you filled out, and I'll hold space for you to share your experiences, ask questions, and more. And based on all this information, we'll come up with your custom plan together that is effective and feels good to you. Something that's not overwhelming and will focus on what's most important for your fertility journey. After the consultation, I'll send you the resources we went over so you have support with implementation, and you'll also have the option to upgrade to a full month of support or other support packages where you get access to me via email, you get access to the private community, access to the full Radiant Health protocol and all the resources, an opportunity to connect with others in the community, 2 group coaching sessions, Q&As, troubleshooting. You get to ask me any questions that come up. Even at 2 a.m, I am here to support you. That's why I provide these monthly support packages, because I think back to my early days in my journey. I had so many questions. I felt so lost. And I didn't want others to have that experience. And so with either the Natural Fertility Roadmap alone or with a comprehensive consultation, if you want to conceive with ease, have a healthy pregnancy, and bring that beautiful baby home, put Roadmap in the comments, click below to sign up, and get the discounted support bundle to bring your bundle of joy home. It's currently 91% off for a limited time. Click below, get the results that you want, and the support that you need to conceive naturally and have a healthy pregnancy and beyond. Wishing you all the best on your fertility journey and with your loved ones, and I'm here to support you in any way.